Hello friends, thank you so much for joining me. I am feeling a little under the weather today. I've got a toddler who has come down with a little something and I very quickly snatched that up and got it myself. Woke up with the sore throat, the congestion, and I'm just thinking, okay, here it comes, let's just deal with it. But nonetheless, still very excited to bring you this video talking about some new stuff from Hard Candy. And Hard Candy is one of those makeup lines. It's like they've had their share of both hits and misses over the years that I've been using their products, but I've had like just enough really good successes with this line that anytime new things come out, I really want to make sure I keep trying them. It's kind of like Elf for me. But Hard Candy is sold exclusively at Walmart. You can get it in store or online, and they've come out with some really intriguing new things this time around. So I've got a couple face items and some lip products as well. First face thing that I got is a little bit more skincare oriented. It's the Sheer Envy Instant Eye Fix Under Eye Treatment. And this is one of those products that has like the little metal tip at the bottom that's supposed to be really cooling, and it gives you this product that sort of primes the eyes, moisturizes, hydrates. I'm not so sure this is doing anything for me well enough to constitute repurchasing or using this over the long haul. It says 5 times treatment power, depuffs, brightens, smooths, primes, moisturizes, luxury metal applicator. And the color that comes out of it is actually kind of peachy toned, which really excited me at first, but it's not a coverage product, really. It's just kind of like a tinted moisturizer for the under eye area, and it does feel good. You know, it does have that soothing, kind of cooling feel, but I wouldn't say it maybe goes as far as the like Garnier eye roller. That feels, I think, even more cooling and actually has some more coverage to it. Or more recently, I've tried the Flower Beauty eye roller thing, and that is extreme coverage. Like, that's a legit concealer packed into a cooling roller ball. Not everybody may be looking to really have heavy duty concealer out of this kind of a product, but I'm just letting you know what to expect, because I didn't feel like this really covered anything. It felt kind of nice, but it didn't even really cool as much as those other couple products I mentioned. So in my opinion, definitely not like a star product from Hard Candy's line. Another thing that I know many of you have asked me about already, and I was so jealous when I was seeing many of you like tweeting me pictures, look what I found at Walmart, and it took me, I think, a good several weeks after I first started seeing your pictures of this to see it in my store, but eventually they got it. It's the Glamoflauge Mix-In Pigment Makeup Drops. And why is this so exciting? Well, I have the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, and I absolutely love these things. This is so much liquefied coverage, concentrated coverage in this little dropper, and I have this in the shade N35, and I've talked about this before, how you can just add, well, as many drops as you want really to any kind of product. It could be a moisturizer. You could create your own like tinted moisturizer with coverage. You can amp up the coverage that certain foundations might have. You can also alter the color, because these come in a wide range of colors. And so when Hard Candy has something similar to that, I am all over it, really wanting to try it, really hoping that it can measure up coverage wise. And so Mix-In Pigment Drops, I got the shade Light 3. I went for something that I thought would pretty much match my skin tone or match in pretty easily with most of my foundations. I wasn't really looking for a lightening or a darkening color. Something I noticed right off the bat, while I feel like the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops are thin, these are pretty much just as thin as water. So even more thinness to the consistency. And I'm going to do a little something for you here on my hand. I'm going to apply 1 drop of my Cover FX Custom Cover Drops here, and I'm going to just kind of blend that out over the skin and give you just a little feel, if you're not familiar with this product, what that does coverage wise. Like, I've got a mole right here on my hand. You can't see it at all. It is just like a matte formula type of product, and it just completely covers. Hard Candy, again, I've shaken both of these up before I've done this. I'm going to do, heck, I'm going to give that 2 drops. I feel like a little more came out of that 1 drop of the Cover FX. And as you can see, I've got slightly different tones of product here. Overall, the Hard Candy, if you can kind of ignore the difference in tone and not let that bother you too much, it's much, much thinner in consistency. and it's lighter coverage. I'm not saying it doesn't add coverage to foundations I've mixed it with, but it's not that kind of miracle working product that the Cover FX is. I mean, the Cover FX, I feel, can take anything and turn it absolutely full coverage, like up to the standard of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover. It'll take you all the way there, you know? And this stuff, it's not gonna go that far. It's gonna look, I think, probably even more natural as you blend it in with things, but it doesn't add as much coverage. Now, what I wanted to show you in this video is I took a very middle of the road coverage-wise foundation, my L'Oreal True Match, just the regular kind. This is in the shade True Beige N5. And I thought, okay, here's a light to medium coverage foundation. I will mix 2 drops of each in with it and show you each side of my face. I used equal amounts of foundation on both sides, so just kind of the amount that I could get tipping the jar over once, and then the 2 drops of the mixer. I did the Cover FX side first, and I feel like it's adding a lot of extra coverage to this product, a lot more than what I'm accustomed to seeing out of just regular L'Oreal True Match on its own. And then I did the hard candy stuff on the other side, and again, there's a slight shade difference here because I didn't get exactly the same colors, and I feel like 2 drops of that added some coverage to the L'Oreal foundation, but it didn't quite do as much. And sometimes it's even hard to show that like on camera, but I feel like even just the texture of the product moving across the skin, the hard candy is so thin, and the Cover FX, while it's thin and concentrated, like, you know, in the scope of liquid makeup, I feel like the Cover FX is thin, but it's like it's just got enough creaminess to pack in a little more pigmented coverage. Now, this is not my first rodeo trying the hard candy mix-in drops, because I would say I've used them 3 times already. This would be my 4th time. I've used them already with this L'Oreal True Match and just various foundations that I thought could use a little extra coverage, and that's exactly what it does. It adds a little extra coverage. This can take you to a very full coverage place. Not everybody may need that. Another consideration for these might be a shade adjustment. Maybe you just want something really thin and lightweight that you can add to a foundation formula that you already really like, that can just alter the shade a little bit. You could get a lighter shade, a deeper shade. My store's selection already seemed a little bit picked over when I was buying mine, but I know they had 1 or 2 richer colors. It's not as good of a selection as the lighter shades, so that's something to keep in mind also. Cover FX has a really broad shade range. I think the bottom line is we don't have a dupe here. We've got a decent product, a product that could be workable for some people, but just don't set your coverage expectations as high as you do with the Cover FX drops. Next thing is a lip treatment type product. It's the Instant Lip Fix Lip Treatment Duo, and it has a scrub on one end and the treatment on the other. The scrub is like a scrubby stick, kind of makes me think of the e.l.f. lips exfoliating lip scrub sticks, you know. This one, though, not up to par in my opinion. Now, the first couple of times you use it, don't expect to feel hardly any scrubbies at all. It's like you've got to work down some of the balm to really get into anything that you're going to feel exfoliating your lips. So now that we've gotten past that point, using it in this video, you can see me rubbing it on the lips. A lot of this oddly opaque white creamy pink balm kind of goes all over the lips, and I feel like I'm getting more balminess and not quite enough exfoliation, even though now I feel like I have really worked into a rougher surface on this product. It's like the e.l.f. balms are just a little more sturdy. When you run them across your lips, you really feel the resistance, and you don't have a lot of excess mess when you're done. Here it's like it's gooping out a lot, but once you're done with that, you wipe off whatever excess has developed on your lips, and you've got this treatment side, which is actually kind of like a gloss format. It reminds me a little bit of those Milani lip oil products, but this is a little bit stickier. The scent is nice. It's a little bit like fruity with a hint of rose. It says it has rose hip oil, mango butter. It is pretty thick. My best advice would be go for the e.l.f. lip scrubs, the exfoliating sticks, and apply on top, you know, any kind of treatment product product that you like to use, any kind of balm or, you know, even those Milani oils, I feel like I like those because they are that kind of gel oil hybrid, but they didn't feel too sticky. This feels pretty heavy and sticky on the lips. Let's keep rolling with the lip products, shall we? We've got some Blooming lip oils, and I got them in both shades that were available. And what we've got here are kind of gloss. Again, it's that hybrid gloss and oil merged into one, although I find the formula of these to not be quite as heavy and sticky as the treatment side of that stick I just mentioned. But they have two shades. One is called Zen Strawberry, and that's a pinky color, and then they've also got Calming Peach. They have the same kind of scent, same claims on the packaging. It says infused with over 10 essential oils, instantly hydrates and restores dry and chapped lips, wet shine gloss finish. And the pink one, it says transforms from clear to a unique pink tint lip color, and then this one goes to a coral lip color. These might be my biggest win of the hard candy haul. I feel like the consistency of these products is so much like those Milani lip oils, except you are getting that staining tint. Even though this one is named like strawberry and this one's the peach, don't expect strawberry or peachy flavors or scents to come out of these. To me, they both kind of smell faintly like herbal tea. It's not objectionable. I really don't notice it outside of just the application, and then boom, I don't smell it so much anymore, but just so you know. And I'll show you the pink one going on first, and it does truly start clear, and then you can see the color developing on your lips. It goes kind of through phases. You feel like, oh, it's like kind of softly rosy, and then you've got a pretty good pink going there. Now, I have seen stains that kind of default to this absolutely super bright, crazy pink, and I don't feel like this goes there. It's just kind of a pleasant looking pink, a fresh pink on your lips, I think. As for the Calming Peach, again, this starts out clear. You put it on your lips and you can slowly see the color developing. Overall colors are pretty close on these. Don't expect to get like that much color difference between the two because it just doesn't go that far. The coral that this color turns is a very pinky coral. It might be the slightest bit warmer than the other shade, and you might say, well, you're applying one right after the other. Maybe you've got remnants on of the other, but I have used these totally separate days, and the shades are not that far off from one another. But I find that these feel quite hydrating on the lips. The staying power is really pretty good. When I put one of these on in the morning the other day, I noticed that I still had a full color stain even after lunchtime, and if I wanted to, you know, add the gloss back on, I could, but I definitely had some color hanging around that slowly started to fade after that lunchtime point in the day. So I really do enjoy these. If you've tried the Milani lip treatment oil things and you like that consistency and you like what they did for your lips, these are doing and feeling in a similar way. You've just got that staining aspect to them. Last things that I saw that were new products from Hard Candy are these metallic mousse matte metallic lip colors. Matte, metallic. That combo just doesn't sound really appealing to me, I'm going to tell you right off the bat. When Hard Candy first released liquid lip colors, I tried those and I had some decent luck with those. They seemed rather creamy and really pigmented on the lips. So here they've released them in the same kind of format, these little tins that do have a mirror and then your product inside. It's one of those things where it's not absolutely necessary, but the first time I purchased anything like this from Hard Candy's line, I remember the tin was the reason why it caught my eye and made me linger there and think about the product a little bit more, you know, so maybe they are onto something. I got two colors of this. One is this soft kind of dusty rose called Truffle, and then I also got Queen of Hearts, which I've been wearing throughout the video. These feel extremely dry at the onset. Like when I first started applying them, I'm like, okay, you know, it just moving across the lips. They don't have a really liquefied feel when they start. And an odd thing about this Truffle color, I feel like the applicator is like bald on two sides. It's got like a little bit of furriness, you know, on the outer edges, and then the other sides seem to be just free from any kind of fuzzies, and it's even sort of sparse on the sides. But it did kind of feel like a lot of work to spread this around on the lips, and you pair, you know, this odd applicator with a pretty dry formula lip product right out of the gate, it's a little tricky to get all on there. But the end result with that color is like this sort of semi-grayish dusty rose mauve. Some people might really enjoy that tone, but it's just a very drying feel immediately. And then with Queen of Hearts, the applicator there seemed to be more normal, like it was kind of surrounded all the way around with some sort of like fuzzy doe foot applicator. Not that, you know, you gotta have them real fuzzy, but it just seemed like something was defective on the other. But again, very dry feeling on contact, and then you have that added sort of dry down as you wear it. Now, it's not completely transfer resistant. As you can see, I can pull some off. So thank you guys so much for requesting this video and asking me to check out some of these new products. Probably the most asked about thing, you know, those pigment drops. Not like a total fail, but I would very much hesitate to call them a dupe for the Cover FX because they just don't do exactly what that stuff does. My personal favorite thing that I came out with, I think, are these blooming lip oils, just because they feel good on the lips. They do have that treatment kind of feel. They don't feel like they're gonna slide and slip right outside my lip line. So there's enough thickness, but it's not too heavy, and I kind of do like that stain. Also gotten a lot of questions about the holiday sets and all that stuff that's coming out now. I have been trying a lot of that type of thing, so expect to see a lot of reviews on this channel in the coming days and weeks. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.